Alright, what's up YouTube? We're actually recording it this time. This is the downfall of PSA. I didn't even hit the record button last time, but this is the downfall of PSA. Yeah, this is the downfall of PSA, and we'll see what happens, right? So, the downfall of PSA. We're going to go over, there's a lot to say in this video, and I'm going to mention a few things, so obviously, you have to bear with me. So we've got Logan Paul, the Jewish mudblood, is, scamming the people, right? We've got PSA price increase. We've got grade manipulation. Yeah, we have got, tag grading, regrading PSA 6s with no confirmed reason on why the card is a 6. And tag is coming along and saying, well, this card is a 9. And this is why, because we've got high imaging scans of the card. And this proves this is that grade. Right, so for example, we've got the card to grade ratio. So if you don't know, in America is going through a traumatic time right now, yeah? The dollar index is down. When the dollar index went down, the gold price went up. Gold price has been going up dramatically this year. Gold price, an ounce of gold is absolutely bonkers in value. It reached 5,500. It's probably going to go back there because the big banks are trying to stop people realizing that the stock market has lost 70% of the value due to the price of gold. But the argument is the gold price is justified on big people that buy gold is where you're going to store all the gold. So silver price has gone up massively this year. If you're not buying silver, I don't know why you're not. But anyway, crude oil's going through the moon. It's like $65, $67 a barrel. The dollar index is down. So asset prices are going up. Pokemon cards are going up in value. First edition Charizard is going up in value. The reason why it's going up in value is because the first edition Charizard is a first edition Charizard. And the reason why it's worth more in dollars is because the dollar value is going down. Yeah? The asset remains unchanged. The value of the toilet roll money is going down. China tensions with Iran, China and, basically Russia are dumping treasury bonds. They don't want US treasury bonds. Treasuries are backed by paper. There's no significant standpoint on the dollar being any money. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a scam. Yeah, is why, we've been advocating for cryptocurrency like Litecoin and Bitcoin as digital payments. Bitcoin seems to be hijacked right now by, Adam Back and Jeffrey Epstein. So the principal scenario goes on that people will call me a nutter for doing this video and I'm an idiot and they'll call me all the names under the sun. But I'm going to prove you something. Remember when I told you that Worlds cards would be worth massive amounts of money 6 years later? No one believed me, and guess what? Boom. They're fucking booming. 2019 Worlds is booming, right? Booming beyond belief. $500, $600 Mewtwo, and, it was me grading them at fucking £5, right? So, anyway. Downfall of PSA. Card to price ratio. If PSA raises the price, people won't grade as many cards. And the more they keep pumping the price, the more people will stop grading cards. And it will only be certain collectors that have significant more money, like me. And, we can afford the price jump. If we're grading 20 or 30 cards, we can afford the price jump. So we can still grade 20 cards or 30 cards or 10 cards or 20 cards. It doesn't matter, right? The average people don't have the scenario that I'm in, yeah? So, we have extra money per month to basically burn. But, if you want to buy a card for £10 and you want to grade this card and the grading fee is £20, well, if you don't get above a 9, you lose your money. There's no possible way to get your money back for a 9 unless you wait 5 years. For example, I have a PSA 9 Lapras that should probably not be a 9 because there's nothing wrong with it, but they just say it's a 9, and I've had it for 4 years and that's £25 and I can't sell it. So imagine me grading that at like £20 price tag and £20 grading fee and then £5 for the card. It's at £25 just to, you won't even break even at that point. So the more they raise the price, the more the individual cards have to rise in value, or you're only going to stick to grading specific higher value items from that specific set, therefore pushing the demand down for grading. Right. Now, due to the dollar being a piece of paper, Ponzi scheme, paper backed with paper, Jewish people are instrumenting the US government, and I don't know why the US public are not overthrowing it. I don't know why, but they just want to sit in their house and pretend everything is fine with the dollar, right? So Logan Paul, right? This scumbag, I hate this guy. Yeah, I hate him. I dislike him. He's a pig. He's a pig, and I hope he goes to jail for scamming and his liquid marketplace scam, and he's just scumbag bullshit and selling this card that's been sent to PSA like 8 times, and PSA's going, okay, we'll give it a 10. Tag Grading gave a Pikachu a grade 10, and now the one that the Pikachu illustrator that they gave a grade 10 makes the fucking PSA card that's in the PSA slab look like a 7, right? In Logan Paul's looks like a 7. GameStop made a post saying we won't even go near that card, right? Which Logan Paul's got, because they know it's either replaced or something's happened to where they've replaced that card. In that case, I don't know what's happened. PSA changing your grading standards. Let me explain something, PSA. You need to listen to me, because I am the genius, yeah? The G, I am the 7th sign, I am the horse, I am the G for genius, yeah? Listen, right? The more you keep manipulating grades and card swapping people's cards, you are going to fuck your company up. Yeah, you are going to destroy your company. The more times that you keep trying to resell your cards that you grade a 9 and you're going to push them to a 10, you are going to destroy your company. This grade 5 is fucking amazingly questionable, yeah? This come from a sealed pack. It was sealed for 20 years. I've opened it, sent it into PSA. They've gone a 5. No explanation, no reason why, nothing. They don't tell you anything why it's a 5. It should not be a 5. In my eyes, this is a 9 or a 10. There's nothing that can determine that this being a 9 or a 10. And how the fuck are you going to sell a grade 5? Well, I didn't want the card to sell it. Realistically, the sticker, I wanted it to keep it, but I'm still not happy with it being a 5, even though it's cool. I would have just put it in a fucking top loader and put it on a stand, right? Like, you fucking morons. Right, well, I'm going to send you a brand new card and then you give it a 5. Like, you want me to pay £20 so you can put it in a slab with your fucking shitty label, right? And then put it, like, you get what I'm saying, right? So, Logan Paul, price increases. So, PSA, I received an email, which is the reason why we're doing this video today. I received an email and someone basically said that PSA is doing some shady shit. So, basically, along the email, which is by, let me say, I'm not going to tell you the username. If you want to email me with the email below. So, apparently, a place called the Subcenter does third-party grading in the UK, temporarily closed, PSA for PSA submissions, right? So, basically, they said they're previously closed, and they also said that due to 6 years of constantly... we must contact customers with pending orders regarding additional payments required by PSA. So PSA think it's okay to charge more money just because they increase their price. They increase their price and then they're forcing customers to pay for it that already accepted and already cards with pending orders. This, in my eyes, is disgusting. Yeah, disgusting. If you are going to accept people's cards and you accept a price to pay, the price that should be in that company should be what? The price that they sent the cards in at the time. Yeah, if the cards received at your depot before the price was increased, then you accepted the cards. There's a receipt of acceptance. You honour the price that you fucking paid before you send them in, right? Like the price that they charge you. Not we raise the price, we have to charge you more, we demand another £500. Well, wait a minute, your cards are at your facility, so you fucking grade them for the price that you grade them at. Right, so I reckon there's going to be a lot of pissed off people when it comes to that. So, Grade manipulation. Grade manipulation. So I'm going to tell you about this guy on Twitter. I've seen this. His name is Bitterblade Trad on Twitter. You know, I do have X. I mean, if you do want to follow me, I guess you can probably email me and I'll give you my Twitter name. You know, if you're actually like a serious follower from the beginning, not just some fucking troll. Otherwise, I will block you. So his name is Bitterblade. Why is my camera gone troll? You'll see this. Bitterblade Trad. That is his name on Twitter, right? And this guy graded a PSA 6. He got a PSA 6 Ancient Mew when he graded his PSA cards back, right? So he got an Ancient Mew, and he decided that, wait a minute, how is this a 6? He believed that the card should be an 8. Fact of opinion. Fact of opinion. Yo, I don't like your opinion, so I'm going to lower your card grade down, right? So what he did is he basically lowered the card grade down. You know, you can't see it like that, right? So $74, $71, $70 is for a PSA 6 Mew. So he cracked that card and sent it to Tag Grading. Now, I believe that Tag Grading will become the #1 grading company in the world. And that's what I believe. And I believe that other companies like AGS will come on top as well. Why? Because there are no arguments with the fucking difficulty of me and him and me and him arguing that this card's a 6, this card's a 10. This is no fact of a human opinion, yeah? You put the card in a machine, the machine tells you, right, there's a blemish here, you know, or there's a blemish here, or this is a crease, and, okay, the machine tells you what is wrong with the card, and you go, the card scored a 99, which is a 10. Right, so, for example, he sent that card back to Tag, and he said, it's something along the lines, because I screenshotted it, let me hear the excuses from the diehards, tell me something on my card. Right, so another card will be going to Tag. This is the cleanest 6 I've ever seen in my life. Right, so basically PSA graded this a 6. He sent it to Tag, and Tag gave the card a 9 with AI imaging and told him why the card did not get a 10. This explains why, and they don't charge you upcharge fees. So they can go, oh, well, we want more money because now your card's a 10 and you owe us this much money and blah, blah, blah. Listen, the card is a 9, the card is a 10. Your job as a grading company is to grade people's cards. That is your charge. You can't just say, well, you owe us £500,000 more because your fucking card is worth 10 and we want a cut of the sale or whatever because we made you richer. No, cards don't work like that, mate. It works like you're the company that grades the cards, don't charge more, right? So, Logan Paul was scamming, right? And Logan Paul, that card that GameStop said that they wouldn't go anywhere near, and they basically, you know, he's got a 10 card, right? He says it's a PSA 10, Pikachu 6. Well, it doesn't. It looks like a fucking PSA 8. Grading standards. Grading standards can't change halfway through from a million cert to a million two cert. You can't decide that you're going to change your grading standards to make them even more stricter between 2 million cards, because now every card before a million cert is invalid and needs to be regraded. Every card that needs to be before a million needs to be regraded. If you change your grading standards at 2 million, well, every fucking card that you've graded before 2 million needs to be re-put on the grading standards. That's why you can't just change your grading standards halfway through your your company's assets or whatever, right? Like, are you a bit stupid in the mind? Like, what's going on over there? Right, so, we got grade manipulation as well, right? So there was another guy on Twitter who sent a PSA card, a card to PSA, and it was a Topps Charizard that he opened on stream, and it was a blue label Topps card on the back. So he dropped the cards physically off at the PSA center, at the probably home base or whatever it is, and upon his cards being graded, their card is a black label Topps card. He's like, I did not send you a black label's Topps card. I sent you a blue label. Here is the proof and the evidence. PSA took 2 weeks, looked at the email and didn't even respond back. Shady as fuck business right now. Stay the fuck away from PSA right now. This is what I'm expecting any of you to do. Stay away from PSA for the following duration of time. Save your money and grade with someone else, or wait, right, for them to change or whatever, because they are doing some shady ass shit behind the scenes right now. And not only are they selling new cards, if I said, oh, I'm going to sell this card back to PSA and I don't want to receive it, they'll probably put it back on their website as a fucking 10 and then sell it as a 10 graded sticker, not a fucking 5, because they know themselves a 5 is useless and no one will ever want the fucker. Do you know what I mean, right? And it's useless to the guy who even owns it. It just more becomes, you know, a piece of, you know, basically a piece of shit in plastic, basically, is what it is, right? It's just a sticker in plastic. It's not labelled by PSA. It's nobody. It's a nobody grade, right? It's a nobody grade. That's what it is. You know, brand new out of a pack. So, you know, I think I covered everything. AGS is another company that is probably going to be the UK company other than Tag, because Tag grades with a machine. I graded 2 cards that went through machine process. You know, they come back a 10. They were perfect. Well, we knew they were perfect. I showed them on camera. You know, so, are they worth more in PSA? People need to stop paying over the odds for PSA. Like, the money system that we have is a fucking Ponzi scheme. And, you know, you want to design yourself to live free, not slave to the money. Right, so that's pretty much everything. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.